Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. I've been an angel all year, Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. Oh Santa honey, one thing that
From the Total Media Studios in the heart of the hills, thanks for listening to The Bull. 97 Country WCJO FM Jackson, a Jackson County broadcasting station.
Well, we are back, Pete Wilson, at Jackson High School Gymnasium to finish up a great day of basketball, as it is now the Jackson Iron Ladies' turn as they are going to play host to Greenfield McClain Lady Tigers. Both teams out warming up right now. It has been a fun day of basketball, Pete Wilson. You've been on the run covering this, that, and whatever, but you were here long enough to watch the Jackson Ironmen come down with a big win in overtime earlier this afternoon.
Boy, very satisfying win when you're home, you're playing a good team, and you actually had to come from behind, and you're able to pull it out and win in the end, and you earned it with some big points, big plays, and then on the defensive end, stopping their best player with the game on the line.
Well, but it is now time for the Iron Ladies, and boy, this is going to be a fun second game here. The Jackson Iron Ladies come in with an 0-4 record, but really chomping at the bit to get that first win, and we were certainly rooting for them tonight to get it done. They're going to take on a Greenfield team that is 3-1 on the season. This is Frontier Athletic Conference basketball. These are all even a little more important than the other regular season games, but right now we're going to turn it over. For the second time, we're going to play the pregame interview with Chad Carpenter and Coach Max Morrow, even though we played this before his game also. But we're going to turn it over to the Coach Chad Carpenter pregame show right now. We'll be back with tonight's Jump Ball.
Basketball fans, we have a little change tonight in our Coach Max Morrow and Coach Chad Carpenter pregame shows. We have both coaches on hand because for basketball fans at Jackson High School, we have two varsity games taking place on this Saturday afternoon. First, the Ironmen will take place with their game against Logan Elm, and then later this evening, it will be the Jackson Iron Ladies taking on Greenfield McClain. So tonight's show, once again, is sponsored by Sherwood Folks Insurance, representing Frankenmuth Insurance Company. Let Dan, Matt, or Jordan handle all your insurance needs. And welcome once again our new sponsor, Monroe's Collision, right there on Main Street. They do good work. First of all, Coach Morrow, you start off this afternoon's festivities with the game with the JVs opening up the play, and then followed by the varsity taking on what is going to be an outstanding Logan Elm basketball team.
Yeah, Logan Elm has rich tradition in basketball, playing a tough conference, and they've been led by many years by Doug Stuyvesant, who is a legendary coach in high school basketball and built a great program. And since got a new coach this year, one of Doug's assistants, and are very talented and well coached, and they're going to do the same things as they always have been doing.
Well, congratulations. Just a couple nights ago, you opened up the season with the victory over Athens. It was a nice night of basketball for Jackson because your JV team played very well. Then your varsity defeats the Athens Bulldogs by a score of 60-30.
Yeah, we were proud to get it started. Our young guys, a lot of our JV guys are new this year. A lot of freshmen playing up. They had a big win over Athens, got their feet wet for the first time, at that level of basketball. It was nice to see them come along. Every day in practice, you just never know when you're going against yourself. And then our varsity guys, we were a little bit didn't know what to expect coming in. We've had a lot of preseason injuries, haven't had a lot of practice time, have a bunch of guys in multiple sports, so haven't got that cohesion down just yet. But they proved me wrong a little bit, and they came out and played a very good game and shot the ball pretty well, and really, played a great floor game. One of the things that we took out of that game when we go out of there and we have 20 assists as a team, which is really sharing the basketball in high school basketball, and then also only having 4 turnovers. So, we can't say enough about everybody that was in that game, obviously led by our point guard, Ryan Simons, who had a great floor game, but everybody chipped in. Everybody in our 6-man rotation, got in the scoring column, led by Charlie Woodard with 18 and Bodie Wolford coming off the bench because he's only had a very few limited practices in preseason with 16.
Well, I tell you what, I've watched bits and pieces of all 5 of your scrimmages, and it looked like a different team there on opening night.
It was, these guys, they're ready to play when the lights get bright and the crowd gets big. They're not scared of the moment, and they haven't been since their freshman year. This junior group of guys that's been in, ever since they stepped foot in the high school, they've been in practice, a varsity practice with myself every day. So those guys know it. They know what to expect from me. They know how to prepare for a game. They listen to the scouting report very well that my staff and myself and my staff prepared. They just executed with all the right things. Like I said, we shot the ball well. We limited turnovers. We got out and ran in transition and got Athens out of what they wanted to do, which is slow the game down. And they, once you get a lead and they have to press, give it to your best athletes such as Ryan in the open floor, and everybody runs the floor. And that's when the game kind of got out of hand.
Well, also, we got another guest here on tonight's show, Coach Chad Carpenter. Coach Carpenter, we haven't talked to you since the opening night. The Jackson Iron Ladies not off to maybe the start you want, but what I see in the scores is this is a Jackson girls basketball team that is improving.
Yeah, not the start that we wanted. I think we last talked before the Alexander game, not our best effort there. But I feel like each night we have improved in certain areas. We've managed to cut our turnovers down by about double digits per game. Played a really good Logan team on Monday. Had a chance really to be a lot closer. We just couldn't convert from the free throw line. And then lost our opener at Miami Trace last night. And they do have a nice team. We hung in there in a tough road environment. But, we're getting to come back home Saturday against McClain. And, they're 1-0 in the league, and we're trying to get our first win of the year and our first conference win as well.
Well, it looks to me like we're getting the ability to put the ball in the bucket a little bit better, and I know you want to cut down on those turnovers, and that's going to be critical for this very young basketball team to have success. Yeah,
we have cut the turnovers down. Our scoring went up. We've tinkered with a few things with our defense. We're going to try to create some more offense with our defense, and did a really good job of that Monday at Logan. And then last night with Miami Trace, they have a really good point guard. We struggled to turn her over as much as we did, as we'd like to have done that. But, it's what we're hoping to do tonight against a good McClain team. But I feel like our guards may have an advantage there, maybe create some offense and, get us in the win column for the first time.
Well, there's been one night of Frontier Athletic Conference basketball in the girls division, and Greenfield, Hillsborough, and Miami Trace all came away with victories, so you're playing one of the top ones right now.
We are, but we do feel like the league is wide open. Any given night, anybody can win, and, we'll see what happens in night 2. Hopefully we get that win, and stay within a game of the leader.
Coach Morrow, we'll jump back at you while we got a moment here. Tell us a little bit about Logan Elm. From the scores I've seen, they've played 2 games. They've lost to a Bexley team. That's a pretty big Columbus team up there. But my gosh, what an impressive win in their second game.
Yeah, just starting with Bexley, they played them in the Zane Trace Tip-Off Classic, which they play every year against a very good, solid Columbus Bexley team. And, they come away with, they were down the whole game and they force it into overtime, and it actually goes 2 overtimes for them to fall by a 2-point margin. So they're a very good team, very well coached. Their new coach, I mentioned Doug Stuyvesant earlier, as kind of got the program going in the right direction. But one of his longtime staff members takes over this year, and Nate Dropsy, and he's done a great job. He's just continued the tradition, continued the style of play. They're going to play a man-to-man, in-your-face style of defense, and they're led by a very, very special player in Nehemiah Wall, which is averaging about 28 points a game and through 2 contests.
What's interesting to me when you talk about Logan Elm, they have some history with us. It was just back in the COVID era, one of the very best basketball teams to ever come out of Jackson High School got defeated by Logan Elm in a sectional championship. But you had a couple of those players come back and help you out in practice this week.
We did. Caleb Wallace and Caden Donaldson both came back in the gym and helped us out, just to kind of prepare for such a tough matchups. They have some pretty special and highly talented players. So we wanted to give ourselves the toughest look, and who not better than one of the best players to ever put on a uniform here at Jackson. So very appreciative and thankful that those guys care enough about myself and this program to come back and give these, our players right now a great look in practice. So we appreciate that. I think, after doing that for the last couple of days with those guys and preparing for this game, I think our guys are ready. They're prepared for today. Saturday afternoon tip-off is a little different than we're accustomed to, but what a great day to be up here on the hill. You got a good boys game and then followed by a great girls game where we're going to introduce a pretty special team themselves.
Well, I'm just going to bring that up to Coach Karp on there. We got the boys are going to start here in moments. The girls later on this evening, and it is a big game when you play Greenfield. It's a Frontier Athletic Conference. But tonight we're going to honor one of the great basketball teams, not only in girls basketball, but boys basketball included. They get to the regional.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. It's kind of been in the works for a little bit, and we are honoring our 1999-2000 team that made it to the Sweet 16, led by All-State performer Beth Howe, who went on to play at Ohio State and is now the director of basketball operations there. We got several of the team members coming back. It's going to be a fun night, getting them in the gym and letting some of our young ladies see what all they have accomplished. And we're really looking forward to it. I think the team members are excited to come back and see everyone and see some familiar faces from back when they played. It's now been 25 years.
Well, for Jackson basketball fans, you look up on that banner, we see all the players that have scored 1,000 points. You've got a daughter up there. We had a couple players off last year's team. Could have easily been maybe 3 players up there as far as getting on that banner. But when you think about it, how hard it is to get to 1,000 points, and you look up there and you see Beth Howe with over 2,000 points. How special was she?
Oh, just a fantastic player. I mean, I don't think there's any argument. She's hands down the best female basketball player that we've ever had at Jackson High School. And, we're super proud of her, and she's so accommodating with our team. We were able to go over to Athens and watch them play at Ohio University, and Beth, took the kids down and brought some team members out to talk to them, and she's just so eager to help in any way possible. And then on that team as well, in addition to her 2,000 points, we also have another name on the wall with Brandy Caldwell, who also scored over 1,000 points. So super talented team. It's no surprise that they, made it as far as they did.
Well, I'm lucky that I'm old. I got to broadcast those games, and what a special group of young ladies it was. I'm certainly looking forward to that. Back to Coach Morrow. What do you expect tonight out of the Logan Elm game?
Yeah, I expect a tough, hard-fought game. Obviously, I don't think this one's going to get too high scoring. Logan Elm's going to play tough defense, man-to-man. They're going to switch some screens, hedge with their post player, hedge and recover. Like I said, they have a very talented individual that's scoring most of their points in number 24, Nehemiah Wall. Other than that, all their other players are very well-versed. They understand what they're expected to do, what they're not expected to do, and they're just a very good basketball team.
No question about it. Looking forward to that. Good luck to that one, Coach. We'll talk to you in the post game. Coach Karp, later on tonight, the back end of what it will be 4 basketball games. JV boys at 1 o'clock, followed by the boys varsity game with Logan Elm. Then your JV girls will start at 5:30. We will honor the 2000 regional or the district championship team between games, and then it's you against Greenfield McClain.
Yeah, and Greenfield, they're a tough team. Probably going to be a control offense. Not going to be high scoring like Coach Morrow said for his game. They're going to try to keep the score under 40, most likely. They're led by maybe the preseason favorite for Player of the Year in our conference in Paisley Pryor, and then have a nice long post player in Anna Eikenberry. So those 2 players are going to get a lot of attention from us, and I'm sure you're still going to hear their name called, at some point during the game. So hopefully we can do a good job on them and crack the win column tonight.
Well, best of luck to you. We will talk to you in the post game also. Thank you to Total Media. We are going to broadcast both these games on this Saturday. Basketball fans, come to the first two, go take a break, get some lunch or whatever, come back to the back two. 4 basketball games up here at Jackson High School Gymnasium. It should be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for more pregame activities with the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson, and myself, Dan Morrow.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and we just listened to the Chad Carpenter and Max Morrow pregame show. We'll understand this. We played both these today because the boys played earlier, so we took the opportunity to interview both of them at the same time. Excellent pregame show. We thank them so much. We thank Monroe's Collision, and we thank Sherwood Folks Insurance for sponsoring these pregame shows. Well, both teams are done warming up, Pete Wilson. We're minutes away from the tip-off of tonight's contest, the second one of the twin bill that we have got the luxury to broadcast. But the really neat thing, Pete Wilson, we just got done honoring the 1999-2000 girls basketball team that won a district championship. It's only been done twice in the history of basketball, whether it be boys or girls. It was this team and the 92 Iron Ladies that were able to do that. It was sure fun to see some of them come back.
It surely was. About 6 of them came back. All of them, of course, had their names announced. But that was certainly a memorable team, a memorable run there under Coach the late Tony DeSteven. We remember him so well. Remember that very good 1970-71 team coached by Dave Fisher, and that was a special team. And then the next year was also a very good record. Didn't go as far in the tournament, but a very good team as well.
Well, both teams now are moments away. We're going to now play the Star Spangled Banner. We'll let you listen to that, and we'll be back with starting lineups, and we'll maybe talk a little bit more about the team that was honored just a few moments ago. Okay, the Jackson Iron Ladies trying to pick up their first win on the season. Obviously, what would be their first in-league win in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Greenfield, once again, 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in the fact. They were able to win on the opening night. The Iron Ladies were defeated at Miami Trace earlier this week. Starting lineup tonight for Greenfield will be Laura Henson. She is a sophomore. Lindsay Hutchison, a senior. Brenna Wright, a forward, she's a senior. Anna Eikenberry is a senior, she's the post. The star player, or the top player for this Greenfield team, is Paisley Pryor. She's only a sophomore, and I remember her very well from last year, Pete Wilson. She has potential to be an awfully good player. Right, and she is not only, the ball handler for the team, she is the scorer. And so much like it was with Nemaya Wall in the game against Logan Elm, we will see it'll be very important how the Iron Ladies deal with Paisley Pryor. Your starting lineup for the Iron Ladies tonight will be sophomore Lillian Mapes, junior Sydney Carpenter, the lone senior for the Iron Ladies, Ella Armstrong, junior Jalen Montgomery, and sophomore Lauren Walburn. Lauren Walburn has given the Iron Ladies a little more scoring as each game goes along. She can pick it up scoring-wise a little bit, along with Sydney Carpenter, Lillian Mapes. We're just hoping this Iron Lady team can get going offensively. They play very hard on defense, but scoring enough points to win games seems to be their main goal right now.
Absolutely. A team which honestly has improved quite a bit since game one. Just had a real rough start against Alexander in that opener, but really have been playing better offensively since then. And I know, defense, that's something that you hope will always keep you close. And Coach Carpenter, like Coach Walburn, always has stressed defense. He was kind of like the defensive coach for the Iron Ladies, even in the years when Coach Walburn was the head coach.
We talked about the honoree team earlier tonight, 1999-2000 team. That is the people that were in attendance: Beth Howe, Brandy Caldwell-Bobick, Kristen Starkey-Taylor, Hannah Evans-Wooford, Joni White-Gillum. It was great. They had a nice round of applause and an excellent reading about their accomplishments as players. And Pete Wilson, I'll just let the crowd listen now. Hang around for halftime. I've got a commitment from the Director of Basketball Operations at The Ohio State University, Miss Beth Howe, and she's going to come up and chat with us.
Okay, well, how about that?
That will be a thrill.
Hang around for that.
2,173 points in her illustrious career here at Jackson. Brandy Caldwell, by the way, is on the board for a 1,000-point scorer. Beth Howe, I jokingly told her she's done it twice. She just did it in one career. Tip ball will be in the hands of the Iron Ladies, and Sydney Carpenter has first possession for Jackson. Looks like Greenfield's going to be in a man-to-man defense. Sydney with the basketball. Nice backdoor cut attempt to Lillian Mapes, but the ball goes off fingertips and out of bounds, and it'll be Greenfield basketball. Early on here, the Iron Ladies trying to pick up win number 1 and league conference win number 1. They'll be in man-to-man defense. Number 2, Paisley Pryor will bring the ball across midcourt. She's pressured there by Lauren Walburn. You get it over to Brenna White. Now it's in the corner to Henson. Henson looks to pass it away, but Sydney Carpenter with the deflection, but Henson gets it back in her hands. There's Paisley. Paisley Pryor tries to drive the baseline. Jump shot from the corner, bounces around, no good. Good rebound in there by Jalen Montgomery. Lauren Walburn has the basketball. She's fouled brutally right here at midcourt. They did call it. That young lady earned that foul.
Right, and way away from the basket.
First foul of the contest, no score yet. 7:13 to go, first quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Ella Armstrong. Ella's our lone senior on this basketball team. Back to Montgomery, now Lillian Mapes, over to Carpenter. Carpenter's on the left wing, takes a look, there's Lauren Walburn, long 3 attempt, hits off the back of the bank board, and the rebound comes down, but is deflected away by Lillian Mapes. Mapes hits it into the hands of Sydney Carpenter. She takes it to the bucket, her shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Brenna White. White will get it back to Lauren Henson. Henson to Eikenberry. They get it inside to Paisley, Paisley Pryor, but shot is blocked and out of bounds. It'll be Greenfield basketball. Pryor trying to get the ball inside the lane. She does. She falls back. Her shot's off the front of the rim, bounced around. Lauren Walburn grabs it, but ends up in the hands of Pryor. Kicks it back out to Henson. Her long 3 attempt is good. First points of the contest is a 3-pointer by Laura Henson. We're looking at a 1-2-2 zone trap against the Iron Ladies. They get it across midcourt to Mapes. Lillian drives down the lane, but the ball is out of control, goes out of bounds. It'll be another turnover for Jackson. And we got one of the Greenfield Lady Tigers down on the floor. It is Anna Eikenberry. She gets up gingerly. She's limping, but gets a nice round of applause. Looks like she's going to stay in the contest.
I think she's thinking she ought to come out. She's hobbling.
Shania Massey is the head coach at Greenfield, and they are going to substitute for her. It'll be Bree Cummings coming in. They'll walk her over to the bench and take a look. She is limping.
Eikenberry is their so-called big girl.
Yes.
Very important inside scoring and of course, rebounding.
Hutchison has the ball. It's taken away from her. There's a steal by Lauren Walburn. Now to Carpenter. Carpenter takes it to the bucket. Shot's no good. Rebound by Mapes. Mapes goes up strong, and she will be fouled, and the Iron Ladies will have an opportunity here at the free throw line. Lillian Mapes at the line. Foul is going to be whistled on Lindsay Hutchison. 2 team fouls quickly by Greenfield. Mapes' first free throw is good. 3-1. Greenfield has the lead. Lil gets one more. Second free throw's up and good. Both those were just dead center shots. Ball knocked out of bounds by Lauren Walburn at midcourt, but it'll be Greenfield basketball. 3-2 your score. Pete Wilson, you've had a full day.
It's been exciting.
Since the boys' game, you've been down to Oak Hill. They had a nice turnout, didn't they, for Christmas celebrations?
Yeah, Christmas in the village. Parade, Santa Claus, and lighted wreaths and trees in the park.
Can't ask for much more than that. There's a shot by Paisley Pryor. Her shot's no good. Lillian Mapes comes down and fights hard for that rebound. Iron Ladies have possession, find themselves down by a 3-2 score. Sydney Carpenter drives it down to the right corner, now brings it up top, takes a look. Down to Mapes. Lil tries to feed it inside, but there is a steal in there by Laura Henson. Henson comes up with the loose ball. She'll bring it across midcourt, and she's going to be fouled by Sydney Carpenter. Right in front of her dad, Chad Carpenter. She gets a little coaching there. First foul for the Iron Ladies. Greenfield has 2. We are at 1. 3-2, Greenfield has the lead. 5 minutes, 16 seconds to go, first quarter. Throw to backcourt to Bree Cummings. Cummings will pass it over to Henson. Henson guarded closely by Montgomery out on top of the key. Now Henson drives, gets it room down the lane, and she finishes that drive with a bucket. Laura Henson with the bucket. They jump in that 1-2-2 zone trap. Iron Ladies get it to Ella Armstrong across midcourse. Nice pass to Mapes. She takes it down the lane. Thought she was fouled. I thought she was fouled. She didn't get the call. Here comes Henson with the basketball. Throw it deep in the corner to Hutchison. Her three-pointer is good, and Coach Carpenter is going to take a quick timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Little spurt there by Greenfield, Pete Wilson, to open up an 8-2 lead.
Right, Greenfield got the ball down quickly. Made penetration, and then sometimes, as often is the case, that opens up a open shooter on the outside, and she drained it. Henson did. She has 5 points so far for Greenfield. Paisley Pryor has not scored yet, but still Greenfield leading 8-2 here. Jackson has been able to get some shots, Dan, just hadn't been able to get him to go down a little bit.
Had a couple transition opportunities there that we just didn't get quite finished. But at 8-2, Coach Carpenter is going to talk things over. Once again, just a 30-second timeout, so brings his 5 back out on the floor. Carpenter, Armstrong, Mapes, Montgomery, and Walburn, the 5 young ladies for Coach Chad Carpenter. The timeout gives Greenfield an opportunity to set up this zone trap. Sydney Carpenter drives, dribbles up toward midcourt, gets it across, but the pass is going to be stolen by Greenfield. Here comes Hutchison across midcourt. Back to Cummings. Now up top to Henson. Henson drives into the lane, ball deflected away. Looked like good defense by Lauren Montgomery. They called a foul. Foul will be on Laura Henson.
Yeah, the ball was deflected. Jalen Montgomery picked it up, and then she was fouled, so Jackson will keep possession.
Third team foul for the Greenfield. There's a pass across midcourt. Sydney Carpenter fighting for it. Looks like it's going to be a jump ball, and it will be Greenfield possession. They have the possession arrow. Iron Ladies find themselves down midway through the first quarter by a score of 8-2.
And Jackson, of course, you know, one of the things Coach Carpenter knew was important was to cut down on turnovers, and Jackson's had 6 here in the early going.
Katie Cook into the lineup for Greenfield. Good pressure there by Lauren Walburn. She forces a turnover as Bree Cummins loses control of the basketball, goes out of bounds. It'll be Jackson basketball.
Greenfield has 4 turnovers, so they've had some trouble keeping possession at times.
Get the ball to Mapes across midcourt against this zone trap. Now they jump back in man-to-man defense. Sydney Carpenter at the top of the key. Out to Ella Armstrong. She's being guarded by Laura Henson. Now Montgomery over to Mapes. Now left wing, here goes Carpenter. Drive to the baseline, strong drive. Looked like a delayed call there. She certainly got fouled, and they finally blew the whistle, and Sydney should get 2 free throws on that good drive to the baseline.
Right, well, Carpenter, of course, anyone that watches the Jackson Iron Ladies play soccer or watch the Iron Ladies run track knows how quick and fast she is, and that's exactly what she did there to get that shot off and get fouled, and went around her man, and the help defense fouled her.
She truly had a great soccer season this year. First free throw, no good. Second one in the air, and it bounces around off the rim, no good. Still 8-2 deficit for the Iron Ladies. Here comes Paisley Pryor. Pryor goes all the way down to the baseline, and she gets a shot off, and a whistle blows. She was fouled, and Coach Carpenter was pretty obvious, did not agree with that call.
Right, well, they cut her off. They know that Pryor will not only shoot the three, but will take the ball to the hole. Ball is in her hands an awful lot.
Coach gives us a real good scouting report. His description on her: best player, everything goes through her offensively. She misses the first free throw. 8-2, still Greenfield lead.
That foul, by the way, was called on Lillian Mapes, who is very quick defender for the Iron Ladies.
Second free throw is good, 9-2 the lead. I want to mention, Pete, we honored the team in the pregame. We talk about the late Tony DeStevens was the head coach. Assistant coach Brandy Munn. Here in attendance was Diane DeStevens, Tony's wife, and that was nice to see. I'm sure glad she made it here tonight.
Right, and Brandy's got a distinction. She was on the team that went to the district, and
yes,
she coached the team that won the district.
That is special.
She was in on both of them.
Yes. Iron Ladies do turn it over. Here comes Pryor with the ball down the court. Gets it in the hands of Hutchison. Hutchison being chased by Ella Armstrong. Now Henson. Henson gets it on the wing to Cook. Long shot by Cummins from the right wing, but there's the offensive rebound by Laura Henson. She's only a sophomore, and she's been very good here in the first quarter. She has 7 of their 11 points. She gets the putback. The score is now 11-2. Lauren Walburn with the basketball. She's double teamed right in front of the Greenfield bench. Gets it across to Carpenter. Sydney's drive up off the rim, no good, and there's Henson again with another defensive board. So far, Laura Henson has been the top player for Greenfield in this one. Nice crossover move there on the lane. The ball bounces around, no good, but Greenfield will pull it out. Katie Cook gets the rebound. Back to Cummins. She drives. Her shot up and good, and she is fouled.
That time, Jackson did not get any help until too late, and a foul was committed as they tried to cut her off there at the last minute.
13-2 is now the deficit for Jackson. That foul goes against Lillian Mapes, and that's 2 on her. The Iron Ladies really can't afford to have foul trouble situation. Abby Thompson will come into the game for Lillian. Lillian will sit down for a moment with the 2 fouls. Abby Thompson is a sophomore. This is a very young Jackson Iron Lady basketball team.
Only one senior. This is after a year where Coach Walburn in his final year coached 4 starting seniors.
Yes. Missed free throw. Rebound comes to Mike Montgomery. Gets it into the hands of Sydney. Sydney drives up toward midcourt. Gets across midcourt. Gets into the hands of Thompson. They break the press. Now Sydney Carpenter will start the offense at the top of the key. Gets it over to Lauren Walburn. Lauren crosses over. There's Thompson again. Back to Carpenter. She tries to split 2 defenders. She does. Her shot's up. Oh, halfway in and out, and the rebound comes down to Greenfield. Hutchison with the rebound. She pushes it across midcourt. We're at 1:30 to go in this half. Long three-point attempt by Katie Cook. She's a senior, and she buries that 3. And Coach Carpenter is going to take another timeout. So with 1:25 to go here in the first quarter, it is your Greenfield McClain Lady Tigers 16, the Jackson Iron Ladies 2.
For Katie Cook.
So Pete Wilson, not the start that Coach Carpenter was hoping to have. Obviously, the Iron Ladies having a little bit of difficulty with this 1-2-2 zone trap of Greenfield. And the thing is, the scary thing is that Paisley Pryor has not hurt us too bad offensively. Of the 16 points, she only has one. It's the other young girls that are doing the job tonight.
Right, you know, a couple threes mixed in there, offensive rebound and a put back for 2 points. And on the other side of the court, on the other side of the floor, Jackson, when they are getting some shots, just not having any luck getting them go down, not getting any offensive rebounds for second chance points, and just everything not going well for the Iron Ladies. Remember, their 2 points came on 2 foul shots by Lillian Mapes when the score was 3-0. So Greenfield has rolled off 13 straight points here to lead 16-2.
And Coach Carpenter has used 2 of his timeouts already. He has 3 left.
Greenfield has had 3 threes. That helps.
They've shot the ball very well.
Yeah, and they've got open threes.
Jackson with the basketball, gets it across midcourt, but there they get a hand in and knock the ball loose. We'll see the drive to the bucket. No good, knocked out of bounds. Should be Jackson basketball. 16-2 the score. 1:08 to go here in the first quarter. As we mentioned, and there's Sydney Carpenter. She is limping to the sideline. That's not a good sign for Jackson. She's going to head to the locker room with Jason Crawford. Hopefully we can get Sydney back. Pass across midcourt to Ella Armstrong. Ella has the ball, back to Lauren Walburn. Now there's Montgomery. Drive to the baseline. She takes it strong to the bucket and draws the foul.
Good job by Jalen Montgomery there. Drove the baseline, didn't get the shot to go, but was fouled. Went by her man, and then another one who came over to help committed the foul on the shot.
52 seconds left in this first quarter. Free throw, good. Jackson been stuck on 2 for quite a while. 16-3 is now your score. Jalen's second free throw. The junior's second free throw is good, 16-4. Much improved player this year, Jalen, and she will get better as the season goes. Greenfield brings it across midcourt. Brenda White down in the corner to Cook, and she hit a second one. She does not. There's the rebound, comes into the hands of Ella Armstrong. Under 35 seconds to go first quarter. Armstrong gets it across midcourt. That gets in the hands of Peyton Carpenter. She's in the game with sister Sydney, banged up and into the locker room now. Lauren Walburn now dribbling out the top of the key, being pressured. Gets it over to Peyton Carpenter, and she will be fouled. And that will be a 2-shot shooting opportunity with a foul with 13 seconds to go. I'm sure that wasn't what Coach Massey wanted for Greenfield, but the freshman Peyton Carpenter has an opportunity to put points on the board with the clock not running. Couple subs will come in for Coach Carpenter. First free throw by Peyton is good. 16-5. Into the game will be Michaela Gibson and Carson McInnes. 13 seconds left in this first quarter. 16-5, Greenfield's lead. Second free throw comes off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Greenfield. They get it to Laura Henson. Henson gets it across court. There's a long pass away to Cummings. Cummings kicks it back out on top to Hutchison. Hutchison, Hennison in the corner. There was Cook. Shot is blocked. It ends up in the hands of Michaela Gibson, and the first quarter is in the books. It is Greenfield McClain 16, the Jackson Iron Ladies 5. We'll take a timeout, be back with second quarter action right here on 97.7 The Bull.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Need to expand or remodel your building? Increase your inventory or have access to working capital? Let our experienced business loan team help you grow your business. We specialize in business loans. Ohio Valley Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at ovbc.com.
Back here at Jackson High School Gymnasium, Iron Ladies hosting Greenfield. Pete Wilson, the bad news. They start out with a 16-2 deficit. The good news, we did score the last 3 points of the quarter.
Right, Greenfield 6 out of 14 from the field. Jackson missed all 6 of its field goal attempts, however, did hit 5 of 7 from the foul line. Greenfield with an edge in rebounding, 11-6. Jackson has also committed 8 turnovers, of course, which has certainly hurt their cause. Greenfield, though, has had 5 as well.
Good sight there. Sydney Carpenter back on the floor for Coach Chad Carpenter. She had limped off earlier in the first quarter. She will be joined by Lauren Walburn, Ella Armstrong, Jalen Montgomery, and Lillian Mapes. Mapes playing with 2 fouls. Iron Ladies find themselves down by 11. Carpenter with the basketball. Over on the wing to Armstrong. They get it to Montgomery High. They get it inside the post to Mapes, and she makes a nice pass out to Lauren Walburn. Her jump shot is good, a 3-pointer. Iron Ladies have scored 6 straight points, 16-8. They find themselves down by 8.
Good look by Lillian Mapes. She was contested inside and saw Walburn uncontested beyond the arc, and Lauren did what you're supposed to do then. She drained it.
Ball knocked out of bounds at half court. Side court, right in front of the Jackson bench. That's where Paisley Pryor will take it out of bounds. Inbounds comes to Hutchison. Guarded closely there by Armstrong. They turn it over to Brenna White. They get it inside to Hutchison. She kicks it back out top, and that will be an over and back as she throws it erratically into the backcourt. Once Greenfield touched it, it was a turnover. Jackson now with 6 straight points. Pete Wilson, let's see if we can keep the momentum going. Early in the second quarter, 16-8 is your score.
Just need to try to take care of the ball and get a shot off, and then
it was a nice job of getting it in the paint last time, and then the kick out to Lauren Walburn to bury the 3. There is Carpenter with the basketball. She's at the top of the key, tries to go down the lane. She does, drives. Oh, and instead of a foul, it is knocked out of her hands, goes out of bounds. It'll be Greenfield basketball. Inbounds pass comes to Hutchison. She will walk it across midcourt. 7:05 to go in the first half. 16-8. Greenfield with the lead, and there is going to be an offensive foul. That'll go against Brenna White as she knocked down Lillian Mapes. Mapes did a good job of selling that foul. And it will be Jackson basketball. Now they will face that 1-2-2 zone trap that has caused the Iron Ladies some issues. Let's see if we can comfortably get it to midcourt and get an offensive opportunity. Carpenter with it. Over to Walburn. They do get it across to Montgomery. Now they can set up their offense. Sydney Carpenter with the basketball. To Montgomery. Montgomery's pass to Walburn goes out of bounds. A turnover for Jackson. It will be Greenfield basketball. Inbounds will come to Katie Cook. Cook hit a big 3-pointer in that first quarter.
Greenfield hit 3 of 6 from 3-point land. That helped them build that 14-point lead.
Nice entry into Brenna White. She is fouled.
I believe they're going to call that on Sydney Carpenter. That's going to be her
second. So
okay.
Mapes and Carpenter both with 2 fouls. Key people that we can't afford to get in foul trouble. There's a good drive by Henson. Kicks it back out to right, and now the ball, there should be a jump ball situation on the floor. Lillian Mapes fights hard for everything. She and Katie Cook, possession arrow in favor of Greenfield. They will take it out underneath their own bucket. Paisley Pryor will trigger. She gets it inbounds to Henson. They get it right back to her in the post. She has a nice ball fake there, but the shot's no good. Good defense by Sydney Carpenter. And there, Jalen Montgomery with the block and comes down with the basketball. And the Iron Ladies have the ball back, only down 8. See if we can cut into this lead. Mapes with it down in the corner to Montgomery. A pass back to Lillian Mapes. She goes up strong, shot no good, and it comes down in the hands of Brenna Wright. They had an opportunity there. Henson now brings it across court to Wright, down in the corner to Hutchison. Shot no good. Rebound, long rebound comes out to Cook, and they have another opportunity. Here on the left wing to Wright. Turn it down in the corner to Cook. Back to Hutchison. She's working one-on-one. Now they're back to Cook. She kicks it across the lane, knocked out of bounds by Jalen Montgomery. It should be Greenfield basketball. 5:28 to go here, second quarter. 16-8, and a timeout is on the floor. That timeout is called by Greenfield, so it's a full timeout. We'll just keep it right here, Pete Wilson. Well, Jackson is on a nice little 6-0 run here, and we've had a couple opportunities to cut into the lead a little more, so we got to take advantage when we play good defense.
Well, yeah, I looked at my play-by-play, and Greenfield led 16-2 with 1:32 left in the first quarter, and so we're at the 5:28 mark. Greenfield has not scored for 4.5 minutes, and Jackson has cut into the lead, but still down by 8.
16-8 is your score here. 5:28 to go in this second quarter. Yeah, it was 16-2 at once, and it didn't feel right. Coach Carpenter, he burns a couple timeouts, but we've handled their press much better since then, and we don't have to see their press as much if they're not scoring, if we're playing good defense.
Right, 10 turnovers for Jackson. They have done better so far in this second quarter, just 2 turnovers.
Greenfield, Hillsborough, and Miami Trace all won their games in the first night of FAC play. That was earlier this week. That's why it's important for the Iron Ladies, if they can somehow get a win tonight, to stay always within reaching distance in the league. Inbounds pass from Greenfield, goes to Henson. Hutchison now up at the top, pulls it back. Here's Henson on the wing, being guarded by Peyton Carpenter. There's a long 3, and we were waiting for Paisley Pryor to make a bucket. She just makes one from deep on the left corner, and that allows them to have the 19-8 lead. Walburn with the basketball, back to Sydney Carpenter. Iron Ladies trying to cross against this zone trap, and a 10-second call is going to be whistled against them. Another turnover. 19-8 your lead. 5:02 to go, second quarter. Paisley Pryor, who just hit the 3, will take it out of bounds, get it inbounds to Henson. Henson guarded closely by Montgomery, and I think they're going to whistle Jalen Montgomery for a foul. That will go against Jalen. That'll be her first, team second. Greenfield will take it back out on the side. It's interesting, their top offensive player takes it out of bounds every time. That's Paisley Pryor. Gets it into Hutchison. She's guarded closely there by Lauren Walburn. Back to Cook. Cook drives the lane. Her shot's up. No good. Fought for hard as Sydney Carpenter knocked out of bounds. It will be Greenfield basketball. Cook has played very well for him as a senior coming off the bench for this Greenfield team. They have some depth. Inbounds comes to Henson. Henson guarded closely by Lil Mapes. Lil has to be careful with the 2 fouls, but she makes her give it up. They set it up with Hutchison out top. Back to Henson. Henson drives the lane. Now they get it to Pryor. Good job there by Sydney Carpenter to cut her off from an attempted drive. Hutchison now dribbles right in front of Coach Chad Carpenter. Now takes it up on top of the key. There's a pass by Henson into Wright. Wright kicks it out and across the court and goes out of bounds. Good job there by Jackson defensively. They've played some good defense this second quarter. Actually, it's a 3-3 second quarter as we've played the first 4 minutes here.
Definitely slowed Greenfield down a bit.
Lauren Walburn with the basketball, gets a tough pass into Sydney Carpenter. She goes down the lane, her shot's up. Oh, she can't buy one tonight, it seems like. Outlet comes to Pryor. Pryor drives down. Paisley misses that shot. Rebound on the floor is rebound brought out by Henson. Then a long three-pointer in the corner by Hutchison, and it goes in. I think, Pete, is that right? They made their fourth three in this contest.
Now
they lead
fourth.
22-8. We get it across midcourt to Montgomery. Down to Walburn, down in the right corner. Walburn back out to Lil Mapes. Back to Walburn. She's on this side of the court trying to get a shot. Her shot is up off the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, fighting for it. On the ground, ball deflected out of bounds, ends up in the hands of Greenfield. Quickly get it to Pryor. Pryor down the floor. Now she goes to the right side. No good. Good defense by Montgomery, and a rebound comes down to Peyton Carpenter. Outlet pass to Sydney Carpenter. Over to Lil Mapes. Lil gets it across midcourt, now to Sydney. Sydney will set up the offense. 2:47 to go here in the first half. Drive down the lane, her shot's up. No good, but she is fouled and she'll head to the free throw line. She's still noticeably limping, Pete Wilson.
Right, and I tell you what, Sydney, as the point guard, very, very capable of penetrating the offense with those quick moves of hers. It's just once she gets in there, she's having trouble getting shots to fall. She's on the move, she's defended shots, but she's it's a good option on for this Jackson offense if Sydney can hit a few of those.
This is the front end of two free throws. Parker Curtis on the floor now for the Iron Ladies. She's just the freshman. Also Ella Armstrong. I'm sorry, not Ella. Now Ella, she'll replace Sydney. She makes that free throw. 22-9 the score. First point of the night for Sydney Carpenter. Greenfield with the basketball. Hutchison will walk it up to the midcourt line. She'll be picked up there by Armstrong. Over to Henson. Nice pass inside to Wright, but she misses an easy attempt at it, but the rebound comes down to, looked like Pryor. She put her shot up, it would not go in, and now the Iron Ladies get it. Lauren Walburn comes across midcourt and she's fouled. And that's only the team foul. I was sure hoping she would have a shooting opportunity. Should be Jackson basketball on the side. Coming into the game for the Iron Ladies will be Michaela Gibson. She'll replace Parker Curtis. Gibson is a sophomore. Ella Armstrong will trigger it in for the Iron Ladies here on the side court. Gets it into Gibson. Back to Armstrong. Over to Lily Mapes. Good strong drive. Get the shot in and it just barely comes off the rim. It was a good move by Lillian Mapes. Rebound to Pryor. Pryor brings it down. Long three-point attempt up. No good. Long rebound is going toward the corner and the Iron Ladies come up with it. Peyton Carpenter. Gets it to Ella Armstrong. Back to Peyton. Back to Ella. They still haven't got it across midcourt. Ella will bring it across midcourt. Nice job. She has a good bounce pass into Michaela Gibson. Her shot's no good, and the rebound comes down to Henson. 1 minute, 35 seconds to go first half. 22-9, your Greenfield lead. There is Cummins down the lane with a drive. She will be fouled and head to the free throw line. Be the third team foul for the Iron Ladies. Should be a two-shot shooting opportunity. Free throw by Cummins. First one is up. Off the rim, bounces around, crawls off the rim, no good. 22-9 still your score, 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. Jalen Montgomery into the game for Gibson. Sydney Carpenter replaces sister Peyton Carpenter. Referee's discussing something in the middle of the lane. And I'm not sure what the question is, but Bree Cummings is leaving the game, and now they're allowing another shooter to come in. I don't know, is she bleeding or something there, Pete? Can't tell.
She kind of pointed to her mouth there.
Right, right. Well, they brought in off the bench Katie Cook, gets to shoot this free throw. It bounces around and goes in, 23-9. Cook the benefactor of that. Jackson coming against this 1-2-2 zone trap. There's Walburn, gets it across to Sydney. Good bounce pass to Mapes. She takes it down the lane. Her shot's up and good. Good pass by Sydney Carpenter. Good finish by Lillian Mapes. 23-11. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go first half. Henson with the basketball. On the left side here to Brenna White. They try to feed it inside to Paisley. Pryor, she dribbles it on the out-of-bounds line. The Greenfield turns it over. Jackson down by 12. 1 minute to go. See if we can cut into this Greenfield lead. Sydney, they turn it over to Lauren Walburn. They do a good job of finding Mapes across midcourt. Back to Walburn. She drives the baseline. Her shot's up. Oh, and it almost goes in, but she is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. Iron Ladies have had a couple spurts, Pete Wilson. It's just consistency, I know, is always tough.
And, again, also just, the ability sometimes to finish when they are able to make the drives inside. Just having to be able to get a lot of those shots to go down. In this case, though, Walburn is fouled, and she'll go to the foul line for the first time. She has hit a three-pointer.
Free throw is good, 23-12. 49 seconds to go in the second quarter. Second free throw by Lauren is good. She's buried a three and a couple free throws now. She has 5 points in the contest. Down by 10, the Iron Ladies. See if we can get a stop here. Henson with the basketball, guarded by Walburn. She's thinking about a long three. She does. Lauren Walburn gets in there and blocks the shot, but it comes out in the hands of Greenfield. They turn it over to Hutchison. Hutchison on a long three. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Henson, and she puts it up and in. Offensive rebound certainly hurts. 25-13, 23 seconds left in the half. Armstrong with the ball, cross court to Montgomery. Montgomery drives the baseline. She's double teamed. And what do they call? They step out of bounds on the out of bounds line, so it will be Greenfield basketball with 14 seconds left. Defensively, we'll see Carson McInnes come on the floor for Jackson, and Peyton Carpenter. Carson a freshman, obviously Peyton also a freshman. Youth is a strength here for this Ironman basketball team. They will get better as it goes. Ellen Armstrong with the defense on Hutchison. In the corner to Cook. Cook's long three attempt, no good. Pryor keeps it alive. They get it over to Wright, and the time runs out. So, at halftime, it is Greenfield 25, the Jackson Iron Ladies 13. We're going to take a timeout, and we will be back. Remember what we told you. We got a halftime guest tonight, and that's going to be Beth House, so you certainly want to be here for that. We'll be back in a few moments with more halftime activities here on 97.7 The Bull.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. BCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Join one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest by calling 833-775-1595 or visit bcrmco.com to apply. BCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
The Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention is an ongoing program providing help to both youth and adults in their efforts to quit smoking or vaping. Nicotine is addictive and is not only in tobacco products but also vaping products. Let the Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention program help you in your journey. They have the tools to help you reach your goal of being nicotine-free. Call them today at 740-286-5094, extension 2839, and good luck to all of our area teams this sports season. Hey, it's Matt. Join me with On The Go Radio and Mix 96 FM as we travel to the streets of downtown MacArthur to the new Vinton County National Bank building for their grand opening celebration this Saturday from 3 until 6. Vinton County National Bank is rolling out the red carpet for their customers this weekend with bank tours, crafts for the kids, lots of giveaways, and they'll also be presenting several donations to local charities. Also, 4 lucky winners will have a chance to win $100 gift cards when you play Name That Tune with me and the radio. It's also the Downtown MacArthur Annual Christmas Celebration with the parade and lots of other things going on in the downtown area starting at 3 p.m. And don't forget, there'll be a visit from the big guy Santa Claus in the parade at 6 p.m. Our last hour of the broadcast is brought to you by RMC Quick Stop with special thanks to Carlotta and Ray Hensler. It's the grand opening of the Vinton County National Bank along with Downtown MacArthur's Annual Christmas Celebration. You won't want to miss it this Saturday from 3 until 6. We'll see you there!
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. BCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Join one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest by calling 833-775-1595 or visit bcrmco.com to apply. BCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
The Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention is an ongoing program providing help to both youth and adults in their efforts to quit smoking or vaping. Nicotine is addictive and is not only in tobacco products but also vaping products. Let the Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention program help you in your journey. They have the tools to help you reach your goal of being nicotine-free. Call them today at 740-286-5094, extension 2839, and good luck to all of our area teams this sports season.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, kind of carpooled it down tonight from the Columbus area and headed straight to Michael's. Is that the rumor we heard?
We did. We met and carpooled down. Brady lives in Columbus as well, and we just, it's like 25 years hasn't gone by between us and, you know, my other teammates that are here. So
we're proof that it has. Look at Pete's hair and my hair. It has
great.
Changed a little color,
you guys
hasn't
look
it?
great. You look great. So yes, we went straight to Michael's and got some peanuts to take back to Columbus with us, and it feels so good to be home.
Well, it was so fun. Being old enough, I was able to be here broadcasting games back when you guys played, and that was such a fun era of basketball. We've had a couple great eras. You know, this is the 51st season for Jackson girls basketball, and you guys were a little bit closer. I know especially the 1992 team that won that district, along with you guys winning a district, the only 2 district championships in the history of basketball, boys or girls. And It's just great memories.
Yeah, I say that all the time. It's about the players that came before you that gave you these opportunities to do what you do. And then that is, part of your job to lay those foundations for the folks that come behind you as well. So, it's amazing that 25 years has passed.
Wow.
And it's so good to be here with, not everyone was able to make it, unfortunately.
Sure.
But to be around, some of your best friends in life that really shape who you are is really fun.
Well, and the coach of the team, the late Tony DeStevens, I was so close with, played a lot of basketball with Tony. What a great, great person he was. But it was so nice to see his wife Diane here tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tony and Coach DeStevens, he's missed greatly. And he's been gone a couple years here, but it's been nice to keep in touch with Diane, his wife, and it was very, very good to see her. She was such a big part of our team and our success, and she did all the little things behind the scenes that no one ever knew, that she never got credit for, but we knew. And, we cherish those memories and forever will. And I know he's here with us tonight.
Oh, no question about it. Tony was special.
He was.
He was special. Hey, you are the director of basketball operations at The Ohio State University. And what fun basketball is going on there. Last year, I had the luxury. I had to sit next to your dad. But on the floor, when you guys clinched a Big Ten championship, that was fun. And you guys are right back at it again this year, undefeated.
Gosh, we are. Yeah, it's we actually open up Big Ten play tomorrow against Illinois at home. So we are 7-0 starting out here the month of November. And we have, a wonderful squad, a wonderful group of core players returning, incoming freshmen, a few transfers.
You've got a very good freshman guard that is playing extremely well. I know we're excited to we just need to see some more games on Big Ten or something to get to watch you guys play.
Sure. Yeah. Tomorrow night is we play at 4:00 on Big Ten Network.
Yes.
So that'll be good. Jelana Cambridge. She's our freshman point guard.
Yes.
And she is very, very special. She's very talented. She does everything well. So she's going to be a joy to watch throughout her career.
How about our Buckeye boys? They got a much-needed win today.
They did. I was there, actually.
Good.
Yeah, so we practiced, and I went to the game for a little bit and then drove down. So that was good for them to get that first Big Ten win. And they had a nice home crowd there against Rutgers.
Coach McGuffin, the Buckeye ladies really doing things special. And you are such an important part of that. I don't know if people realize how well you are thought of at the Ohio State University.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Dan. It's I'm in my 12th season in this role, and it'll be 16 years in January at the university. So it is my home away from home for sure. Once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye type of thing, and I feel very fortunate.
Once an Iron Lady, always an Iron Lady, and you have always taken such good care of this basketball program. You remember where you came from. Coach Walburn, Coach Carpenter, they have appreciated all you do for our girls.
Yeah, I really appreciate. We played at Ohio University a couple weeks ago, and Coach Carpenter brought the program down and the team down. I was able to talk with him a little bit after the game. So his support and what he's going to be doing here, he'll continue. What Coach Walburn did, and
yes.
I'm excited to see how it continues to grow.
As you said, the team is young, but they're only going to get better.
That's right. Yeah, it's hard when you play a lot of freshmen and sophomores and, sprinkling some juniors and seniors in there. But, all that comes with experience, and that's the greatest way to continue to grow.
Beth, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
It's so good to visit with you all the time. We've got our allotment. We're not going to give Pete time for stats, but that's okay. We'll do that. We'll make him miss stats for you anytime.
Well, please know he has the stats ready, and they are on point, and right here I can see them. So he's prepared.
Can you read them? No, you can't. That's why he keeps job security. Nobody can read those stats. Thank you, Beth Howe. We are about to start the second half. It is so good to see you, so good to talk to you, it's so good to see all the girls that were back this year.
Thank you so much, and it's an honor to be here.
Always.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Beth Howe. Pete, you can kind of work those stats in best you can.
Well, the Iron Ladies about ready to take the ball out here to start the second half, trailing 25-13. Iron Ladies hit only 2 of 13 shots in the first half, had 14 turnovers, but played much better defense in the second quarter and we almost played Greenfield even. It's 25-13.
You're right. Pete, sorry we didn't get you time for your stats. I know you got them figured up there on breaks. We'll let you kind of cover any of those that you can come up with. Jackson had the first possession. Was it a jump ball situation? And now it is Greenfield ball as they tied up the Iron Ladies. Iron Ladies have fought back, hanging in the game actually at 25-13. We're starting early here in the third quarter. Henson with the basketball. Henson played a good first half. She had 9 points, I think leading scorer probably in the game.
Had 10 rebounds too, 5 offensive rebounds. Really a killer for the Iron Ladies.
Yeah, she got them kind of out of the chute early on. Here is Pryor with the basketball. They turn it over to Wright. Jackson, they get it inside to Pryor. She's working for an inside shot. She kisses it high off the glass and it goes in. Paisley Pryor, she is their top scorer, but has been fairly quiet this first half. Iron Ladies get it across midcourt. Carpenter over to Walburn. Her pass goes off the hands and out of bounds, and the Iron Ladies turn it over. 27-13. We're 1 minute into this second half.
Greenfield obviously trying to get back on track by extending their defense with that zone press again.
Glad to hear the Lady Buckeyes on Big Ten Network tomorrow night, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's a big game with Illinois coming to Ohio State. Possession now for Greenfield. Back to Wright, right at the elbow, down the lane, kicks it in the corner to Hutchison. Hutchison back to Cook. Cook gets the start in the second half for Greenfield. Now over to Brenna Wright. Her shot's up, no good, and she's going to get called for an offensive foul, and that is Ella Armstrong stepping in there and taking a charge and getting the ball back in the possession of the Iron Ladies.
Right, and let's say that Ella was giving away a good bit of size there.
Yes.
Hung in there anyway.
Ella has to give away size usually, but she's not scared to stand in there and take a charge. You got to like the way, her grit. She plays hard. Iron Ladies get it to Walburn, cross midcourt, back to Armstrong. She'll turn it over to Mapes. Lillian Mapes drives down between 2 Greenfield players, but the ball is deflected out of her hands into the hands of Brenna White. Greenfield comes up with the basketball. Now Hutchison will set up the offense. Gets it over to Wright on the wing. There's Cook. Cook driving down the corner, gets it over to Henson. Henson shot fakes like she was going to take a 3, but she's being guarded closely by Lillian Mapes. Mapes a great defender. They get it to Pryor. Her shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Sydney Carpenter. Over to Walburn. Iron Ladies down by 14 here. A little over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ball deflected out of bounds by Greenfield. It'll be Jackson basketball right in front of the scorer's table. 27-13. Pass goes into Lily Mapes. Mapes with it. Ball deflected away by Cook. Cook gets it in the hands of Hutchison. They kind of run into each other, and that'll be a travel call. Jackson basketball will be out on the side. Ella Armstrong will trigger for the Iron Ladies. Gets it into Sydney Carpenter. Sydney drives down the lane, gets a shot up, no good. Long rebound will come down to Cook. Cook across midcourt to Pryor. Pryor takes a long 3, and that is good. Buries the 3. And a whistle, and I think a timeout is on the floor. We'll take a look. Coach Carpenter talking to the official. No signal's been called. Both teams are at their sideline. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, Pete Wilson. Anything else halftime stats-wise jump out to you?
Well, Greenfield hit 5 out of 12 three-point shots.
Yeah, that's pretty good shooting.
You know, they already out field goal Jackson 9-2, but when you gain an extra point because 5 of them are three-pointers, that hurts as well. Also, offensive rebounds. They out-rebounded Jackson 20-12, and 8 were offensive rebounds, and I'll dare say that they cashed some of those in for second-chance points.
Oh, they did. They did. Iron Ladies, and let's be honest, because of the offensive deficiencies right now at this point in their season, have a small margin of error. And things become issues for them. They can't give up extra possessions, and the turnovers are another critical situation for them. Well, Jackson now with 2 timeouts left. Greenfield has 4. There's only been 1 foul called here in the third quarter, and it's by Greenfield. Iron Ladies will be taking it out of bounds. Armstrong will trigger it in to Lillian Mapes. It looks like, nope, she'll throw it over to Lauren Walburn. To Mapes. Back to Walburn. There's a steal. A steal comes by Brenna Wright. They get it to Pryor. She drives the baseline, kicks it back out top to Hutchison. Long 3 by Pryor. Her shot off the top of the rim, bounces off the rim, the top of the bankboard, and out of bounds. It'll be Jackson basketball. Back on the floor for Jackson will be Abby Thompson, the sophomore. She'll replace Lillian Mapes. Still that 1-2-2 zone trap. Lauren Walburn dribbles up to it, throws it cross court to Carpenter. She gets it to Montgomery. Ball deflected out of her hands, but into the hands of Thompson. Abby Thompson with the basketball. Back to Walburn. She thinks about a 3, but is covered. Now she drives down the lane. Her shot's up off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound comes down to Pryor. They get the ball to Wright. Back to Pryor. Back to Wright on the left wing. Down in the corner. It is Hutchison. She crosses over. Nice pass to the backside to Henson, and they lay it up and in. Good drive by Hutchison. Bounces it across the lane, and Henson gets the lay-in. She now is in double figures with 11 points. Walburn with the basketball to Montgomery. Montgomery over to Sydney Carpenter. That ball is taken away by Pryor. Paisley Pryor to the foul line, down the lane. Her shot's up, no good, but she will be fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line. 32-13, the lead has ballooned to 19 points.
7 unanswered points to the Lady Tigers. If they have played much better here in the third quarter, I think their defense has kind of ignited their offense.
Pryor's free throw is off the back of the rim. No good. Bree Cummings, the junior, coming back in. Lillian Mapes back on the floor for Coach Chad Carpenter. We'll be back Wednesday night with another Jackson Iron Lady basketball broadcast. That one's Hillsboro will come to town. It doesn't get easier for Jackson. Coach Carpenter thinking Hillsboro might be the best team at this moment in the Frontier Athletic Conference. We'll be on the air for that one. Second free throw is good, 33-13 at the 4:02 mark here in the third quarter. Pryor now is in double figures, and it's hard for me to see the score. She has 10 points in what's been sort of a quiet game for her offensively. Jackson with the basketball, getting across midcourt in the hands of Lil Mapes, and she catches it just this side of half court, steps back, will be called for over and back.
Jackson has had 6 turnovers here as Greenfield has turned the pressure up, and it's worked for them. 20 total turnovers now for the Iron Ladies.
Hutchison with the basketball, guarded out top by Mapes. They get it in the hands of Brenna White. Boy, they double team her, and Montgomery comes up with the steal. Good job defensively for the Iron Ladies. Now Walburn throws it down the sideline to Jayla Montgomery. She has it down in the right corner, dribbles it back out top to Lauren Walburn. Man-to-man defense by Greenfield. Back to Montgomery. Lauren Mapes over to Sydney. Sydney with a nice bounce pass to Mapes. She drives the lane, and she will be fouled and head to the free throw line. Good kind of give and go pass there with Carpenter and Mapes.
All right, both of those players very quick.
First free throw for Lil is good. She's made her free throws tonight.
3 out of 3. I don't think she's missed. I don't think she's hit the rim yet.
She has 5 points in the contest. She joins Lauren Walburn. It's the leading scorers for the Iron Ladies. Second free throw. She hit the iron that time. Comes off the back of the rim and into the hands of Henson. Henson dribbles it up the court, kicks it up top to Hutchison. Greenfield, pretty solid team as well as Henson is playing, even though Paisley Pryor is their quote star. She gets it. Long three is an air ball. Montgomery with the rebound. She picks up her dribble, but gets it over to Sydney Carpenter. The ball is deflected out of her hands, back in the hands of Walburn. Iron Ladies on her 10-second count. Nope, the steal by Hutchison. They throw it across to Pryor. She is fouled as she goes up with the shot, and she'll be back at the free throw line. Their pressure has certainly affected Jackson tonight, Pete.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Jackson's 21 turnovers, 13 have come on steals, a lot of them on this press.
Free throw by Pryor, hits the bottom of the net, 34-14. Peyton Carpenter comes into the lineup. She will replace Michaela Gibson, freshman for the sophomore. Second free throw bounces around and goes in, 35-14. Pryor now with 12 points. Henson has 11. Sydney Carpenter walks it up against this 1-2-2 zone trap, gets it to Lauren Walburn. She gets it across midcourt, comes down the left side, drives it down the lane. Her shot blocked and into the hands of Hutchison. Hutchison back to Henson. Henson is a good-looking sophomore along with Pryor. Two sophomores up there, future good for Greenfield. Their ball is knocked out of the hands of Henson, but it'll be a foul called on Sydney Carpenter. It'll be her third. 2:14 to go here in the third quarter. Inbounds comes to Hutchison. She is a senior. To Brenna Wright. Wright guarded by Montgomery. Out top. Get over to Cummins on the left wing. They get it back to Henson. Her long three attempt off the rim. No good. Long rebound comes down to Montgomery fighting hard for it, but it's deflected out to the hands of Henson, and Coach Massey will take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Southeast Appalachian
Pete Wilson, always
Health
a pleasure to get a talk with Beth Howe at halftime. What a great career she's had. She is so valuable up there to that ladies basketball program as the director of basketball ops.
That is a very important behind-the-scenes job, and she must be good at it because they've kept her.
Oh, yep, no question about it. That's how far and away the leading scorer in the history of
and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Need to expand or remodel your building? Increase your inventory or have access to working capital? Let our experienced business loan
last year
team
joined.
help you grow your business. We specialize in business loan.
1:52 to go here in the third quarter. 35-14, Greenfield's lead. Pryor will take it out of bounds. She's being contested with Lillian Mapes. They get it inbounds to Hutchison. Hutchison guarded by Peyton Carpenter. There's a steal by Sydney Carpenter. She comes up with the steal, the layup. The breakaway layup is good. 35-16. Point 2 and 3 on the night for Sydney. Iron Ladies in their man-to-man defense. Once again, Hutchison being guarded by Peyton. Kicks it in the wing to Wright. Wright goes into the lane, kicks it across to Cummins. Cummins drives the lane, and she will be fouled. Not a shooting situation. Should be Greenfield basketball underneath their basket. 1:23 to go. Second foul will be called on Lauren Walburn. Fourth team foul. It'll be bonus situation the rest of the way of this quarter for Greenfield. Henson drives the lane, passes it across to Wright, goes off her leg and out of bounds. Be Jackson basketball. I think a shout out to Kristen Taylor, Kristen Starkey Taylor, for kind of helping organize honoring this basketball team. She was the lone senior on that squad, Pete. Sydney Carpenter with the ball. Oh, almost a backdoor cut with Lillian Mapes. Pass just out of her reach, goes out of bounds.
Good thought. Mapes was open,
Yes.
just missed her just a little.
Parker Curtis on the floor for the Iron Ladies. So we have two freshmen out there. Inbounds pass goes to Pryor. Her shot's no good. Peyton Carpenter fighting for the rebound, and it will be Jackson basketball. Sydney with the basketball. Over to Lauren. Cross midcourt now with Sydney. She goes into the lane, down the lane, strong move, shots up, and it hangs on the rim and goes in. 2 buckets in a row for Sydney Carpenter. She now has 5. 23 seconds to go. Pass cross court to Wright. Wright shots up, goes in. They were able to break some pressure there by the Iron Ladies. Sydney Carpenter with the basketball, 13 seconds. Dribbles toward midcourt. Throws it over to Walburn, but the ball is stolen by Wright. She takes it down the floor, and she'll be fouled with 5 seconds left. She'll get a 2-shot free throw opportunity. 37-18, the score. Brenna Wright is a senior. She'll be at the line with 2 free throws. First one is good. She has 3 points in the contest. Second free throw off the rim, no good. Ball batted around. I don't think it touched iron. It didn't. It'll be Jackson basketball. 4.9 seconds. Walburn has it to Sydney. Sydney coming to midcourt, but the ball is taken away by Pryor. A long three-point attempt. Bounces up. It comes off the glass, and it counts. Paisley Pryor buries one from near midcourt to allow Greenfield to take a 41-18 lead. 3 quarters in the books. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here on 97.7 The Bull.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. BCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Join one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest by calling 833-775-1595 or visit bcrmco.com to apply. BCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
The Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention is an ongoing program providing help to both youth and adults in their efforts to quit smoking or vaping. Nicotine is addictive and is not only in tobacco products but also vaping products. Let the Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention program help you in your journey. They have the tools to help you reach your goal of being nicotine-free. Call them today at 740-286-5094, extension 2839, and good luck to all of our area teams this sports season.
Ohio Valley Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at ovbc.com.
41-18. Pete, anything jump at you?
Well, Greenfield outscored the Iron Ladies 16-5 in that third quarter to kind of put the Iron Ladies away a little bit after the Iron Ladies had played so well in that second quarter.
Turnovers have been costly tonight. Greenfield, very good basketball team. If Hillsboro's better than this team, that'll be a little scary. They're a pretty solid squad. There's a foul out top on Lauren Walburn on Cummins. First foul of this fourth quarter, 7:32 to go. We'll see Abby Thompson head to the scorer's table. Abby's getting some quality minutes, the sophomore tonight. Replace Lauren Walburn. Lillian Mapes, Sydney Carpenter, Lauren Walburn each have 5 points for the Iron Ladies. They lead the scorers for Jackson's side. There's a turnover into the hands of Ella Armstrong. Gets it back to Sydney Carpenter. Man-to-man defense. Sydney crosses over. Steps back from the three-point line, gets it to Lillian Mapes. A nice move to the bucket. Everything but the make. Good pass and good attempt, but it comes up short. 7 minutes to go. Cummins with the basketball to Henson. Long three attempt for her. Off the back of the rim, no good. Chased down by Jalen Montgomery to get that defensive rebound. Quickly to Sydney Carpenter. She splits two defenders, now takes it to the basket, and it just won't go in. Excellent move by Sydney Carpenter. And there's another, that'll be a foul on Jalen Montgomery. She helps Paisley Pryor up. Be the second team foul for the Iron Ladies here early in the fourth quarter. Peyton Carpenter will replace sister Sydney. Paisley Pryor will inbounds to Cummins. Cummins will then cross over and get picked up by Jalen Montgomery. She knocks it out of her hands. I'm sorry, not Jalen. Lillian Mapes. Good defensive play by Mapes. Gets it to Abby Thompson. She crosses midcourt. And whistle blows. They're stopping play here, I think. I'm not sure why they stopped it. The official stopped play. Iron Ladies had a little bit of a fast break opportunity. I think there was an injured Greenfield player, but it'll be Jackson basketball on the side. 6:25 to go in tonight's contest. Inbounds to Peyton Carpenter. Over on the wing to Lillian Mapes. Mapes down the lane, her shot's up and good. Pretty move by Lil. She now has 7 points in the contest. She gets better every time out. Cummins with the basketball, down in the corner to Wright. Wright's going to drive the baseline, gets cut off by Montgomery. Back to Cummins, a nice pass inside to Pryor, and she lays it up and in. Pryor did a good job of working the post there, using her body, and was able to kiss it off the glass. Lillian Mapes, pass is knocked out of bounds by Pryor. It'll be Jackson basketball on the side. Pete, we're back at it Wednesday night with girls basketball. Then we'll be back at it with boys basketball on Friday night.
'Tis the season. A lot of games.
Yes. Mapes with the basketball. She drives the baseline, goes up strong and draws the foul. Lillian Mapes getting better every time out. I know I've said that a couple times, but strong moves to the basket.
Right, getting more confidence there on that drive. She certainly got the quickness to get around defenders. And for a slim girl, pretty strong with the ball.
Very athletic. Good soccer season also for her. Free throws up, no good. Michaela Gibson reports in. She'll give Jalen Montgomery a moment. Lil gets one more free throw. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Good rebound by Gibson, and then she'll be tied up for a jump ball. It'll be possession arrow in favor of Greenfield. 5:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jackson with full court pressure. Hutchison gets the ball and bounce quickly over to Pryor. Pryor across half court, gets a pass to Gibson, no good. Shots being battered around in the hands of now Pryor. Long three-point attempts up and good. Wow. Long rebound came out, and they find Pryor open on that right wing, and she buries that three. Peyton Carpenter at the midcourt line. Pass deflected into the hands of Peyton Carpenter. I think she'll be fouled, and it will be Jackson basketball. Only be the second foul, I think, in this quarter by Greenfield. Well, maybe scoreboard just says one. Abby Thompson gets the inbounds pass. Over to Ella Armstrong. Armstrong with the basketball to the foul line, tries to kick it over to Lil Mapes. Lil drive into the bucket, as she's done most of the night. Gibson with a good pass to Michaela Gibson. Her shot's blocked. Gets it to Hutchison. Here comes Greenfield. Pass across the lane to Pryor. Her shot's no good, batted out of bounds, and it will be Jackson Iron Lady basketball. We'll see Walburn, Montgomery, and Carpenter, Sid Carpenter coming into the on the floor for Coach Chad Carpenter. (46-20) is the Greenfield lead. Approaching the midway mark point of the fourth quarter. Sydney Carpenter has the ball taken from her into Wright's hand. She drives it down the lane. No good. Long rebound comes down to Lauren Walburn. Walburn pushes it across midcourt. Top of the key. Crosses over at the foul line. Back to Sydney. Long three-point attempts up. Oh, high rebound comes down to Sister Peyton, and her shot is blocked and is fouled, and Peyton will head to the free throw line. Timeout on the floor. It will be a full timeout, so we'll take one also. So with 4:11 to go here in the fourth quarter, it is Greenfield 46, Jackson Iron Ladies 20. We'll be back with more Iron Lady basketball here on 97.7.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
If you want to make your smartphone even smarter, get our new mobile banking app. You can check deposits and deposit checks. It even gives you nearby ATM locations. Best part is, the money...
4 minutes, 11 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Peyton Carpenter will be at the free throw line. Wearing the number of her sister TJ, who is playing basketball over at Marietta College, number 11. Peyton will have 2 free throws. First one is good. That's her second point in the contest. Maddie Walburn also playing at the next collegiate level at Otterbein. Both doing a nice job. Their second free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Wright. Wright throws it out of bounds, so it'll be Jackson basketball. Fun day of basketball, Pete Wilson. We sure got to see a barn burner in the first contest as the Ironmen come away with a overtime victory against Logan Elm. Iron Ladies in Frontier Athletic Conference play, playing here in the Twin Bill, the second game. Gibson, will be called for a double dribble. It'll be Greenfield basketball. 4 minutes exactly left in this contest. Bree Cummins brings it across midcourt. Over to Henson. Henson was outstanding this first half. Well, there she splits a double team and takes it to the bucket and lays it in. 48-21. She now has 13. Lauren Walburn crosses it over to Peyton Carpenter. Back to Sister Sydney. There's Paisley Pryor in the passing lane. She gets the steal and takes it coast to coast for the layup. She's had a quiet 22, wouldn't you say, Pete?
Yeah.
Montgomery with the basketball, drives down the lane. Her fall-away jump shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Henson. Henson taking it all the length of the floor and lays it up and in. Back-to-back buckets for Henson. And we'll see at least 3 subs coming in for Coach Chad Carpenter on the next dead ball situation. Sydney with the basketball, top of the key, over to Montgomery. Montgomery splits 2 defenders, ball on the floor. She dives on it. It will be a jump ball situation. Possession arrow in favor of the Iron Ladies. Mass subs coming in. It will be Lexi Perry coming in for the Iron Ladies. Sydney Carpenter stays. Peyton Carpenter stays. Parker Curtis on the floor. And Carson McInnes. Father Heath McInnes, coach of the Oak Hill Oaks, got a big win last night.
Yes, he did, over New Boston.
He's here tonight. It was good to see him for a moment. Peyton Carpenter into the lane. Ball taken away by Cook. Cook comes up with the ball, gets it over to Hutchison. 2.5 minutes to go in this one. Cook with it on the right wing, turns it back to Henson. Hutchison now with the basketball. Back in the corner to Lexi Cook, or Katie Cook. They turn it over to Pryor. Pryor drives the baseline. Nice job defensively there by Sydney Carpenter. Back to Hutchison, and there's a steal by Sydney. Does she have the breakaway? They're trying to catch up with her. She lays it up, and good. 2 times tonight she's been able to get the steal and take it coast to coast. She now has 7 points in the contest. Hutchison brings it across midcourt. Lots of subs at the scorer's table, and I think they just stopped clock there for a second to get subs in. We'll see Carly McClain coming in for Greenfield along with Allie Burgess. And for the Iron Ladies, number 4, Adeline Stone on the floor for Coach Chad Carpenter. 1:29 to go in this one. Inbounds pass goes over the outstretched hands of Allie Burgess. It'll be Jackson basketball. Peyton Carpenter bring it up gives it over to Adeline Stone. Stone will bring it across. Gets it to Carson McInnes. McInnes drives the baseline, takes a look, gets cut off, gets it over to Stone. Back to Peyton Carpenter. Now cross court to Carson. Carson McInnes. Her shot, nope. I think, they're going to call her for a travel. Thought she got fouled. Both teams with only two team fouls, so there will be no free throws shot regardless, but it's Greenfield basketball. We're under a minute to go. Cummins will bring it across midcourt, picked up by Peyton Carpenter. Stone guarding the defender there. They get it over to Bree Cummins. Cummins back to Carly McClain, and her shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Peyton. We're at 30 seconds to go. Back to Adeline Stone. Stone dribbles in the corner over to Carson McInnes. Back to Stone. She drives the baseline, gets cut off. They get it inbounds to Parker Curtis. Her shot's up, no good. They're chasing for the rebound. Dive on the floor. It is Lexi Perry forcing a jump ball situation. Possession arrow in favor of Greenfield. You know, when you're having a tough game, it seems like the possession arrow is always for the other team, doesn't it?
It does. It does for sure.
6 seconds, 5 seconds. Greenfield going to let the clock run out. The final score of tonight's game will be Greenfield 52, the Jackson Iron Ladies 23. They will shake hands at midcourt. Iron Ladies will be back in action Wednesday night. We'll be here once again for that broadcast as Hillsborough comes to town. Jackson Ironmen will be back in action on Friday night, and that is a big one in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Opening night for Frontier Athletic Conference play as Miami Trace comes to town. We will take a timeout. We're going to be back with more post-game. Pete Wilson will work on statistics. We always have a chance usually to talk with Coach Carpenter, so stay with us, folks. But the final score tonight was Greenfield 52, Jackson Iron Ladies 23. We'll be back in a few moments.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. BCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Join one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest by calling 833-775-1595 or visit bcrmco.com to apply. BCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
The Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention is an ongoing program providing help to both youth and adults in their efforts to quit smoking or vaping. Nicotine is addictive and is not only in tobacco products but also vaping products. Let the Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention program help you in your journey. They have the tools to help you reach your goal of being nicotine-free. Call them today at 740-286-5094, extension 2839, and good luck to all of our area teams this sports season.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Keep your athlete in action with Holzer's Saturday morning sports injury clinics. Dr. Kelly Roush and Charles Zurenberg offer Saturday morning sports clinics at Holzer Sycamore in Gallipolis and the Holzer Jackson Clinic on Pattonsville Road every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. during the fall sports season. Dr. Roush and Dr. Z have the experience to keep your athlete in action. No appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome.
You're listening to Football Friday Nights on Mix 96 FM.
Work their way to the exits. Jackson Iron Ladies tonight fall to 0-5 on the season. Is that?
I think that's right.
That is right, Pete Wilson. This is the second Frontier Athletic Conference game. They fall to 0-2 within the league as they get defeated tonight by a very good Greenfield ladies basketball team. You know, we could see this last year when the Jackson Iron Ladies were beating most teams in the league by 15 to 20 points, and we saw these young players coming along. Well, Greenfield was one of those teams, as they have a couple sophomores, very strong players, in Laura Henson and Paisley Pryor. They led their scoring tonight as Pete's working on some statistics here to come away with this win. Iron Ladies, on the other hand, a very young group, a lot of inexperience, and they're going to get better. But it's an uphill battle for them at the moment as they are outmanned a little bit in some of these contests. But we are seeing some improvements each time out. Jackson will be back on the air, the Iron Ladies, this Wednesday night, as we mentioned, on the 11th. I think that day might be somebody's birthday. I'm not sure who it is. Might be the best stat man this side of the Mississippi's birthday night, but we will be broadcasting Hillsboro coming to town here for Jackson Iron Lady basketball. And then on Friday night, a game that really basketball fans ought to want to see is the Miami Trace boys basketball team will come to take on the 2-0 Jackson Ironmen basketball team led by Coach Max Morrow. The Ironmen tonight, or this afternoon, in an earlier contest, won what a basketball game, won a score by a score of 40-38, and that one went overtime. Jackson down by 8 at halftime and fought so hard throughout the second half to beat a very good Logan Elm basketball team, take it to overtime and win the game by 2 points in the overtime situation. So a lot of basketball going to take place. Jackson boys, actually, this is, as we said, the girls have now played 5 games. The boys only have played 2. And now they have a few days off till the Friday game, but then I think they have 4 games in about an 8-day window, so it's going to pick up pace here very quickly. Pete working on stats. Stay with us because we will have Coach Carpenter will make it up to us. We'll get at least his thoughts on tonight's game. And Pete, as we have said, has been very busy today covering Christmas parades and situations. He's been in, he's been out, but he's made it to us for both games today, and we certainly appreciate his efforts. Tonight's game was highlighted by the fact that we honored the 1999 and 2000 Jackson Iron Lady basketball team. They had 5 players here tonight that were honored: Beth Howe, Brandy Caldwell-Bobick, Kristen Starkey-Taylor, Hannah Evans-Wooford, and Joni White-Gillum. They were honored between games, and that was certainly fun. A nice job there, and they're still hanging around and just kind of getting together. And as we had Beth Howe on at halftime, just saying how nice it is to remember friends from high school that stay friends for life, even though you don't get to see them very often. Coach Carpenter is going to work his way up here. If he can, coming up the stands here. So Pete, if you want to give your headset up, we'll let you work on post-game statistics here. We will
Summer's here, and that means it's finally time to get out in the yard and get this grass mowed, and then, my mower won't start. I know what to do. Take it to Matheny's Small Engine Repair, located on Savageville School Road in between Jackson and Chillicothe. They have over 35 years experience.
Definitely have a fantastic player in Paisley Pryor. I don't know what it ended up, maybe 23 points for her.
And I told Pete it was a quiet 23 because we did an excellent job on her the first half.
I think at halftime she had 3, maybe 5, and I was proud of our second quarter effort for sure. I thought we did a really good job. They were trying to post her up, and Sydney and Lil, they fronted her hard, and we got help from the other girls. I don't know. We just maybe turned the ball over a little too much in the second half and didn't have time to set our defense and find her on every possession.
Their 1-2-2 zone hurts us a little bit. They've got long length, and they get a lot of deflections.
They do. I don't know how many it was, but it felt like a lot there at the end of the third quarter. Well, I guess even at the start of the third quarter, they kind of got, I think, 7 in a row when we were trying. I think we had cut it to 12 or 13 at halftime and starting to have a little bit of momentum, and then just wasn't able to capitalize on it coming out of the locker room.
We had some good minutes there. We were down 16-2, and fought back, scored 6 in a row, right back in it, and had probably about 3 opportunities to score, and we just couldn't quite cut into the lead from there.
Yeah, I thought we went with a 5-out look for a little bit, and I thought we had some driving lanes. Girls were able to get to the basket. I know one time we even kicked out, hit a 3. Lauren hit that 3.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like things were starting to click, but, we did miss a few too many bunnies.
Had opportunities, yeah. I thought Lil Mapes getting better each time out. She took it to the bucket pretty aggressively tonight and got rewarded with some fouls.
Yeah, she did. She was playing a little more comfortable offensively, maybe not in the first quarter, but I think after that she really got going, and she was getting to the bucket almost at will. So once we get there to where she can finish on a regular basis like she did in the second half there, she's going to turn the corner here this season.
Oh, no question about it. We're going to get better.
We are.
We will get better. And you've got a great group. I see them at practice. They work hard.
They do. They work hard. As frustrating as it sounds, but the only way to get experience is to just get thrown in the fire. And, we've got a bunch of kids who've not played varsity basketball a lot yet. Most of them are playing their 5th game tonight.
Yep.
We're going to be a different team later in the season. We sure hope so. But I think, the way practices are going, the kids are great kids, and they're working hard in practice. So eventually we're gonna start seeing some rewards for all that hard work.
No question about it. It doesn't get easier, though, as things go on. Wednesday night, Hillsboro, and as you had said, they might be one of the top teams in the Frontier Athletic Conference. But I thought Greenfield looked awful good, too.
I think Greenfield's going to be a tough out. But Hillsboro, going into the season, I thought would probably be the preseason favorite. After seeing Greenfield tonight, I don't know. I don't think it's a gold ball situation this year. So, we actually play Monday night too. We go to Logan Elm and for a non-league game, and they have a couple really good guards. They're a nice team, so there's no break. We're gonna.
Yeah, I guess I said that because we're back on the air Wednesday night.
Yes.
It's a home game, and folks come out and show up Wednesday night and support this group.
Absolutely.
They're going to surprise you how much they're going to improve.
We've said from the very beginning there's going to be a game. We may not win the league title, hopefully we do, but I think we may play a hand in who wins it. There might be an upset along the way, and hopefully it's Wednesday night.
Coach, enjoy the weekend. Thanks for coming up and talking to us.
Appreciate
we appreciate
it. Anytime.
It was a nice night you guys orchestrated, bringing the 99-2000 team back. I think that really went well.
Yeah, it did. I was glad to see, the ones that were able to come. I think they enjoyed it. We're going to go have some refreshments out there after the game here in the cafeteria, but it was really nice to see them and seeing some, new faces in the gym, here to see those girls, and they have a lot to be proud of. It's been 25 years now, so. Yeah, it's good to have them back.
Yeah, no question about it. Thank you, Coach Chad Carpenter, for coming up and talk to us. Good luck Monday night, and we will see you again on Wednesday night.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Coach Chad Carpenter with that one. Pete Wilson, are you about ready for statistics? We'll get the headset on, Pete. Pete, it's all yours now.
Okay. All right, we'll go down the stats here. Greenfield McClain moving to 4-1 on the season with a 52-23 win over the Iron Ladies. They certainly played very well tonight. Very scrappy team, a team that can get scoring from a number of players. Also rebound well. Obviously, that press that they threw at the Iron Ladies was lethal. For For Greenfield, Paisley Pryor ends up with 22 points. Didn't do a whole lot in the first half. She is the much valued offensive leader for Greenfield, but in the second half she scored a lot, ended up with 22 points, scoring both inside and on three-pointers. However, Lauren Henson, I thought, was the big force for Greenfield tonight. 15 points and 13 rebounds, and even scored a three-point shot along the way. The sophomore was very good, but a lot of good role players through Greenfield as well. Lindsay Hutchinson with 6, Katie Cook with 4, Bree Cummings with 2, and Brenna Wright scored only 3 points, but had a bundle of rebounds too, about 10 of those. For the Iron Ladies, Lillian Mapes, Sydney Carpenter had 7 points each. Lauren Walburn had 5. Jalen Montgomery had 2. Peyton Carpenter off the bench with 2. And that was it for the Iron Ladies. Greenfield was 19 out of 43 from the field, 6 of 11 from the foul line, 8 of 18 from three-point land. Now that's good for a girls basketball team. Any basketball team, right?
Anytime we made any type of move, it seemed like they bury a 3.
Right, and they were able to penetrate, get some offensive rebounds, and they had some different players who could hit the 3. They had open looks, by throwing the ball back outside, and they cashed in. Jackson only 6 out of 27 from the field for about 22%, 1 of 3 from three-point land. They were 10 of 18 from the foul line. As Coach Carpenter said, had a lot of drives where they had good percentage shots as far as where they were on the court, but the shots just wouldn't go down very often. Not much luck there. Greenfield with a big edge in rebounding. They were the bigger team, 33 rebounds to 18. They had 11 offensive rebounds, a lot of second chance points there for them. Jackson also, of course, hurt themselves, 28 turnovers tonight. Greenfield had 18. Jackson played scrappy defense too, but they just couldn't overcome Greenfield's advantages in all those categories that we talked about statistically.
Well, Pete Wilson, thank you for stats. It's been a hectic day for you, young man. I appreciate you being here for both games.
Oh, that is all right. It's all fun. Two basketball games right here at home. Christmas. Everybody likes to celebrate Christmas, and then 2 new businesses downtown celebrating ribbon cutting. So
that is a big day.
I got to be a part of all that.
Well, now it's time for you to take your wife shopping tomorrow.
If that's what she says.
Okay. Well, this evening it is over. Nice doubleheader for Jackson Ironman basketball. They came away with a win in overtime over in Logan Elm. The Iron Ladies tonight folded defeat to Greenfield by a score of 52-23. So for Pete Wilson, myself, Dan Morrow, we'll be back Wednesday night with more Iron Lady basketball. Thank you, Total Media, for all your support. Good night, everybody.